British Columbia Institute of Technology acknowledges that our campuses are located on the unceded traditional territories of the Coast Salish nations of Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh.
Hello and welcome to your late afternoon cast to 3:30. My name is Grace Chen and here are your new headlines. At Simon Fraser University, the school has given out a warning to the public to be aware of bears as a recent surge in bear sightings at SFU's Burnaby campus have occurred. Burnaby Mountain is home to bears, raccoons, deer, coyotes, and cougars. If students see them around, they are encouraged to report the wildlife sightings and incidents to campus security. Additionally, students are advised to not feed bears as it is against the law and creates unsafe conditions for both animals and people. Provincial data shows over 150 black bears being killed by BC conservation officers across the province from January to June of this year. The suspect accused of assaulting a man in the face while he was doing his yard work back in late August has been released on an undertaking to appear in court at a later date. Police say that officers responded to a call that a man was allegedly slapped in the cheek by a woman while trimming hedges. The suspect became irate and fled the scene in her vehicle. In Winnipeg, police say a man they stopped for riding a bike in dangerous manners yesterday is wanted. He gave them somebody else's name instead of his real name. When he was first arrested, police found it a zip gun, otherwise known as a loaded improvised firearm with a .22 caliber round of ammunition. The man eventually gave his proper name, and further investigation shows him having an outstanding warrant from the Brandon Police Services. He faces charges including holding a concealed weapon, prohibited device or ammunition, and identity fraud. For the debate between different lengths of sentencing concerning the two men convicted during the 2022 blockade in Coutts, both defense lawyers have stepped in. Both of them say they will appeal the sentence and the conviction for possessing a dangerous weapon to the public.
It's certainly higher than what we were hoping for. I think that the sentence, there was a lot of room for it to be lower, and I think it should have been lower. We argued for lower, but the judge obviously disagreed with me.
Another mogul and former Hollywood producer, Harvey Weinstein, has been accused of sexual assault and has been rushed to a New York City hospital from jail. He is someone in which the city of New York has been seeking to charge with more sex crimes just as Britain drops its case. While Britain's Crown Prosecution Service has decided to discontinue their criminal proceedings, Manhattan prosecutors are trying to get him to face new criminal charges in New York. They have begun presenting evidence to a grand jury. They are seeking indictment that adds more sexual misconducts, including 3 more people who allegedly were assaulted by Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein, who's been jailed in New York City's Rikers Island detention facility, had to be rushed to Bellevue Hospital for emergency heart surgery. Sources tell ABC News he was experiencing chest pains. The emergency comes as Weinstein is due in court this week in New York, where prosecutors have been working to secure a new indictment against him on sex crimes charges. Weinstein's current conviction is for rape with a 23-year sentence, but he's facing a retrial in November after a New York appeals court ruled he did not get a fair trial. Derek Dennis, ABC News.
In Moscow, Idaho, for the trial of the 4 university students stabbed to death, the judge has agreed to move the trial off to a different city. He did not specify exactly where the trial would be moved. On Sunday, the names of 2 new Mounties were added to the honor roll of fallen members during the National RCMP Memorial Service at the RCMP Depot Division in Regina. Constable Frederick Rick O'Brien and Constable Brent Harold Viefkind were added. O'Brien passed away last year trying to execute a drug warrant in Coquitlam, BC, while Viefkind passed away in a police vehicle collision more than 30 years ago. Sunday's service, which is held on every second Sunday of September, honors those people who have died serving duty. Popular movies are making big successes in numbers. The Beetlejuice hooked audiences into movies again after last week's Labor Day weekend. The sequel to the 1998 movie earned $110 million domestically for the first weekend. Deadpool and Wolverine is in number 2. Regan is in 3rd. Alien Romulus is number 4, and It Ends With Us is in 5th. James Earl Jones, a renowned American stage, film, and television actor, has died at age 93. He is known for his voice playing characters like Darth Vader and Mufasa. More actors who showed up at the Toronto International Film Festival today are Kate Blanchett and Roy Dupuis. They are presenting their film called Rumors. They will be joining Winnipeg art house darling Guy Madden and co-directors Evan Johnson and Galen Johnson for the screening. The TIFF will continue on until this Sunday. As the NFL season is here, businesses are broadcasting football as a way to increase community. Reporter Lauren Achille talks to a manager about his perspectives seeing community come together thanks to football.
Theo Olick, managing partner at the Canadian Brew House in Richmond, says he loves the aspect of community during Sunday Night Football. He believes having NFL and CFL games available to watch at his restaurant makes working more rewarding.
With sports, it's a ton of fun to bring people together and have them cheering for the same teams, as well as, being able to support our community through charities and stuff, which we tend to do on a lot of our bigger event nights and bigger games, and by hosting 50-50s and stuff like that to raise money for good causes.
Olick says that he loves seeing fans wear their jerseys and have such an enjoyable time making friendships through his Sunday Night Football events. So be sure to be on the lookout for your local viewing parties across the Lower Mainland. Lauren Achille, BCIT's The Crow.
With football season around the corner, students are a group of people who may become interested in football. Reporter Lauren Achille also speaks to a high school football coach about his opinions about how the increase of watch parties in a community are inspiring more students to join their school's football team.
Nicholas Sirachi, varsity football coach for Notre Dame Regional School, says football watch parties bring people together and that sense of teamwork inspires students to try football.
Having a room full of young men who have interest in the game, and now they see everyone else cheering for the same team, and it brings that camaraderie and that fire and that passion, especially when there's a big play. I think it's a no-brainer. I think it's a great idea to bring awareness to the sport and the benefits of it, especially for young men.
Sirachi says some of his players have big dreams to play pro, and these watch parties may ignite that determination to reach their goals. Lauren Achille, BCIT's The Crow.
Moving on to weather, this afternoon in Vancouver sees a mix of sunshine and cloudiness. It is currently 21 degrees Celsius. There is a 0% chance of precipitation. That is all for your afternoon cast to 3:30. My name is Grace Chen from BCIT News, The Crow. See you next time.
Stay tuned for more on BCIT's 1680 The Crow.
Everything is changing to digital. Everything is online. People aren't just waiting for the 6 o'clock news anymore. People want their news right now. They want to be able to go onto their smartphone, onto the internet, and see the news that they want to see.
Vancouver is growing at, a really rapid rate, the Lower Mainland even, and with the tools that we're given here, we're able to cover all of that.
Welcome to BCIT Magazine. I'm Radhika Sikakane.
In the program, they really leave it up to you. I mean, the help is there when you need it, figuring out how to use the programs like Premiere, Audition, and figuring out how to use the cameras. But it's up to you to sort of experiment and figure out what you can do when you go out in the field.
They brought candles and flowers to remember the student who lost her life yesterday.
Theresa May says the international community condemns Moscow.
They really make sure that you know the basics and you are able to put out a quality product.
I'm Brady Tretanero.
And I'm Radhika Sikakane. Thank you for tuning in to BCIT Magazine.